So the first thing you want to do is you need to make sure that you have Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word. You also need to confirm that your printer can print from a multi-purpose tray, or this might not work. But I think most printers come with a multi-purpose tray now. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and create your spreadsheet that has all the different people that you want to send these Christmas cards or these birthday invitations to. You can have different lists within the same workbook. Okay, so you can have worksheets that have birthday invitations, Christmas invitations, or whatever. The important thing to focus on is row 1, column headers. These column headers will coincide with what we call fields inside of the Microsoft mail merge process. So you want to make sure that you have name, address, suite/unit, city, state, zip. Now, if you want to, you can break out the name and have first name, last name in this column. Because this is something that I'm doing just for fun, I'm keeping it just name. And I'll show you how that's going to look as we move through. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up Microsoft Word. And I'm going to start with a blank document. So we're just going to double click on blank document and it's going to pull up a new one. We want to find the mailings tab on the ribbon. If you don't see mailings up at the top, you can click File, go down to Options, down in the right-hand corner, and then click on Customize Ribbon. This allows you to change anything up here in the ribbon. If you don't want it there, you can take it off. If you want it there, you can add it. So make sure that there's a check mark next to Mailings, and then click OK. All right. So we have Mailings. Click on the Mailings tab, and then we're going to click on Start Mail Merge, then Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. He's my favorite guy. Almost as fun as Clippy. If you're from the 90s, you remember Clippy. So he's not that fun. Okay, so we're going to click Step-by-Step. And over on the right-hand side, you'll see a menu emerge. And today we're going to work on envelopes. You can always use labels. So if you've got the Avery, like 8160s or 5132s, I think are the numbers for them, you can do the same thing with labels. It's great. So I'm going to click envelopes, and I'm going to click next starting document. So basically it takes you through 6 steps to get this all put together. We're going to start with envelope options. Now I'm using Shutterfly today, and I'm going to be using their standard envelope that comes with the Christmas card that I'm mailing out. And when I dropped down on the envelope size to find what I needed, it didn't match what Shutterfly has listed as the size of their envelope. So I went ahead and I just did custom size. And for this particular envelope, it's 7.25 inches by 5.25 inches. So go ahead and confirm your envelope size and enter that information in. Make sure you use the inches and not the foot. It will make everything weird. I'm going to click OK. And one of the things that I like about this is a space where you can go ahead and set your font type and size without having to go back and do this later on. So for my delivery address, I want to use Edwardian. Yes, so if I click on this, you'll see down here an example of what it looks like. I'm going to make this font size a 20. Maybe not something that you learned in school, might be too large, but I like to have the people who get anything from me, I want their name to be larger than mine. And my return address, I'm going to go ahead and match the font sizes, and I'm going to make my name a 16. So the return address is going to be smaller. The next thing we want to look at is printing options. Go physically look at your printer, look at your multi-purpose tray, the one that pops down. And some of you have it where you just feed on the same tray. I have a multi-purpose tray where it pulls down. You hear me? I just popped it out so that I can feed things through it. Mine indicates that I need to go face up. Some may indicate that it needs to go face down. Mine also feeds from the middle. And if you'll notice, it sort of gives you a template of how you need to load it. So this would be where the stamp would be, so it basically tells you how you need to load it onto the tray so that it works properly. Also, make sure that the printer you have associated with these options is the printer that you're actually going to be using, because it may not be your default printer that you're going to try to use. A lot of us, we get new printers, we install them, and then we never remove the old ones. And so we constantly have to select which printer we're using. So make sure that you've gone into your printer section in settings and you've set the printer that you want to send these envelopes to as the default printer. Next, feed from. If you're using a multi-purpose tray, select the MP tray, click OK. All right, so that's all set. I like to go ahead and type in my name before we go to the next step. We go to select, and we're going to browse for the spreadsheet that we created, the database. We're going to use an existing list. It defaults automatically to it. I will not suggest ever using the Outlook contacts, because unless you are really good at making sure your contacts are clean in Outlook, like you have groups set up, you may find yourself in a really weird position. And then you can also type a new list, but you're doing double time. I don't know where that new list would end up. So just make your spreadsheet ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead and click Browse, and I'm going to go to Documents. I forgot what we named it. What did I name this? What did I name this? Envelope list. Very original. Envelope. There we go. Click Open. Now notice that it shows both of the tabs, the different the different worksheets that I have available. I want to focus on Christmas for this one, so I'm going to click OK. And remember, I was telling you about the column headers. This is where it matters. See how it pulls in automatically for us and it's nice and clean. If you didn't have these headers, you can still match them at a later time, but it's going to cause you more time as you go through the process, and this is just easier. If you find a person, let's say we don't want to send something to Mickey and Minnie, we can uncheck Mickey and Minnie, and there will not be anything, like they will not be included in the printout. It doesn't take them off of the spreadsheet, it just removes them from the envelope printing, which is great. So this is on the fly. If you realize, oh, Mickey and Minnie moved, I haven't updated that yet, then you can take them off. So go ahead and click OK. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to the next step to arrange our envelope. And we're going to, this is what I like to do. I'm going to go down 5 and over 5. This always seems to be sort of a sweet spot for me, in my opinion. Everybody's different, so set it the way you want to. And some people want to use the address block here, and some people want to use insert merge field. So I'm going to go to address block so you can continue just to use the whole system. And I want to show you something. So you can choose the formatting. So if you have some juniors in your list, this would be a great way to do it. The Randall family, it just depends. It's going to throw it out the way that we create it anyway. So let me show you how to match fields. So when I click on match fields, notice that the address block has to have matched fields. If you didn't choose and click on address block, you could just come up to an insert field and do the same thing that we're doing. Okay, so let's go to, it's interesting, it's not showing last name. Oh, it's because we chose that differently. Oh, it's still there. Live training, it's amazing. There we go. All right, so first name, we're going to drop in and just put name, and then we're going to put address 1 as, sorry, as address. Address 2 is going to be our suite or unit. City is city, state, state, zip is zip. So postal card is zip. And we're going to click OK. And so now we have Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and you can use these toggles up here to go back and forth to make sure that the information is correct. Sometimes you don't want to get too far down and then realize that things are wrong, right? So you can stop before you get to the end and print something wrong. So we're going to click OK. So here's our address block. How is this different than doing the insert merge field? So I hit enter here, come down. There's really no difference. You're basically just going to manually enter this in. So the timing doesn't really matter. It just depends on how you like to do things. Let's get city over here. The suite unit will not show unless there is something in that field. Otherwise, it's going to print without a blank. So you won't have like a blank space that will cause a problem when you print it out and it not look right. So I'm going to take these off because that's basically how you would manually do it. The same exact stuff is going to come out of the address block. All right, so we're going to go next to preview our envelope and look at that. I don't like that very much. So we're going to have to do a little editing here. And I'm just tabbing over. I think I want to tab over one more time. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. And now we're going to complete the merge. Again, if you need to check, you want to triple check everything, you can come up and look at your, oh, see, this is interesting. And I think it's because we have units. Huh. It's a good thing we went back and looked, right? So how would I fix this if I found this on every single one? Let's go back. Let's delete address block and let's go back. And I'm going to insert merge fields. This is actually the way that I prefer to do things because I'm in more control of how the address block looks and lays out. Again, these are things that I've learned over time through much pain and suffering. All right, so we should be good. Let's preview our envelopes now. And there we go. Everything seems to be, let's click through a couple of them. There we go. That looks a lot better. All right, so we are going to go over to complete the merge and print. All right, this is where things get weird. So you can print all your records at once. You can hit the current record, or you can do, say, you only want to send to 3 people. You can do from this record number to this record number. So if I wanted to only do record 2 or 3 through 5, it would let me do that. Always remember that you want to start with the number 2 because number 1 is the column header and you don't want to send anything to the column headers. I'm going to click current record because that only prints 1 and we want to test this before we send everything through. Or you can put them all in there, say print all records, just put 1 envelope in and let it print that 1, make sure everything looks good and troubleshoot from there. If you're happy with it, just go ahead and send the rest of the envelopes through. I'm going to click current record, click OK. All right. So the next thing that should pop up is your print properties. We want to take a look. Let's go ahead and click on it. I'm going to show you a few things you need to really pay attention to. My printer is set by default to set two-sided because I like to save paper, but when I'm working on special things, I need to set it to none. I also need the first page to pull from my multi-purpose tray. Now, I realized that we went ahead and did this before, like on step 2 or 3. It doesn't necessarily always mean that those changes are going to happen in your printer properties. So make sure that you go through and you make these changes. I would just leave this alone and let the system, like the settings of the document, tell it. But if you start to find that it's looking for a certain size of paper, you can always come in and set your custom sizing here. Okay. So I'm going to click OK and OK again. And so that's my printer yelling at me to put the envelope into the tray to print. And that's how you create and print your own envelopes at home and look like you paid a lot of money. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and good luck.